to go ahead and get the edge. This is where we get the edge on everything that is related to sales effectiveness today. Welcome in, I'm Tyler Pybert of the Pulse Network. Today, we're actually getting the edge with Dave Brock of Partners in Excellence. And of course, he is joining us via Skype right now in, well, Southern California. Yes, I'm envious of you, Dave, right now, but welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Great, Tyler. Thanks for having me on the show. It's great to be talking to you.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So one of the things in particular that we want to touch upon, I mean, this show is today entirely dedicated to sales effectiveness. So Dave, one of the things I have to ask you, is how much of improving, sales effectiveness as a whole is about focusing on people as opposed to, focusing on process?
That's a really complex question. I think we all tend to try and simplify selling in the sales process or any kind of business problem into kind of little buckets, and we can manage those little buckets. But in reality, what we're looking at is a set of complex systems. We have, say, the customer is a set of complex systems where buyers are kind of coordinating their own activities within their own organization. So we may have different roles and different people involved. And within our own organization, there's a whole bunch of kind of complex things. So people undoubtedly are a key part of being effective in selling. But there's some other elements to it. It's your overall strategy. It's your culture as an organization. It's the processes that we put in place. It's systems and tools and things like that. So all of these things kind of work kind of interrelated to each other. And the moment you start tinkering with one of those, it impacts some of the other things. So we have to really be cognizant of how we look at things as a whole system. So it is about people. It is about our process. It is about our culture and how we want to be perceived by our customers and how we want them to hold us and value us. And it's about the systems and tools and all the other things that we have to bring kind of a whole set of offerings and capabilities to serve our customers.
Dave, in your opinion, what's really the opportunity right now for sales professionals, specifically, surrounding big data in sales as it relates to sales effectiveness?
Well, I think everything, we've seen more change probably in the last 5 years in professional selling and in buying than any time, I think, in previous history. If you go back to, the days when the very first sales transaction was done. I think one of the most exciting things that I see happening today is the real application of rich analytics and big data to really change the way we can engage with customers. Rich analytics and big data give us the opportunity to identify the right customer at the right time with the right message and the right offer. Where before we were taking guesses at that, they may have been educated and informed guesses, but now big data and rich analytics give us the capability of really being able to intersect that customer with the right message at the right time and the right offer at the right time. And you can dramatically drive improvements in the way you can connect with them and in their responsiveness. We, a number of years ago, did a project with a major bank where, using rich analytics, we went from kind of first call conversion rates of somewhere around, as I recall, it was 16 to 17%, to first call conversion rates of in the 80s. And that was, just being able to identify the right people with the right message and right offer and intersect them at a time where they had a high desire to buy something. So I think we have I think we're just tapping into the potential. I think there's a lot we don't understand. I mean, one of the big things about analytics is it has to do with the quality of questions that you're asking, the things that you're trying to find. So we're at the very, very early stage of it, and I see big data and analytics being a big thing for sales over the next 3 to 5 years.
I was going to say one of the things that that came out of that for me was taking action, right? I mean, I think that's one of the big points that needs to be made, is that we have all this data at our fingertips to allow to go ahead and do this, but you need to make sure that you follow through with taking action, right?
Yeah, well, and it also makes us much more knowledgeable and much more informed. So we're reaching out to the right person at the right time. Beforehand, a lot of the time, regardless of how much we research and how well we really tried to understand the customer, a lot of it was just kind of a roll of the dice. Are they possibly interested in doing something right now? Can we do something, give them an idea that catches their attention? Now with big data, we can be much more purposeful and much more focused, and then increase the quality of our engagement. So it really offers us huge, huge, huge potential.